What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we are going to be doing Toshiro from Bleach, the captain of the 10th division, I think. So, in his Bankai state, so it's got like ice around him and he's got like his sword sort of outstretched coming towards us. So we got a bit of foreshortening here in the front. We can just see the hilt and some of the sword like curving out this way. So, to fit in the sword, I've moved them over to the right hand side, okay? I'm on landscape orientation paper, okay? So I've moved the head just over to this side a little bit, and the sword will come this way, and we've like more ice and stuff. So use a pencil and an eraser for these drawing tutorials, and take your time, take it slow, and try and enjoy. Always trying to have fun with these types of things. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. If it's too difficult, slow it down really slow. Try find easier drawings before trying anime characters like this if you find them too hard. So, but try and have fun anyway. Even if it turns out not the way you expected, you'll always be better the next time. That's the whole goal. Anyway, center point of my page is about here. I'm going to come over and I'm going to start with his eyes. So, let's go. So we'll go diagonal up first. And then we will bring it across, like so. He's quite thick eyelashes as well, so this is like a point on the end, and then it comes down, like so. Right, so it'll come down and around into here, right? So that's the general shape for his eye, but you got to thicken up like the top eyelash, right? The top eyelid area. So you just got to thicken this up. And maybe some at the bottom, but not all. Like down here should be a little bit thicker, I think. Maybe something coming off the top here. Okay. So that's what we're working with, right? And then his iris is just like a half circle in here. Okay. And his pupil, does he have long pupils? No, they're just circular. So half circle, just like that, right? And you color that black. Or shade it in dark with your pencil. So he always looks like he's kind of not impressed. So his eyelid sort of covers half his eye. So you have a choice. From this position, we can do the other eye, or we can do the eyebrows. What'll I do? Sometimes I like to finish a whole eye. I'm just thinking to myself, no, we'll go over and do the other eye. So his eyes are real big, right? So normally we should be able to fit an eye in between his two eyes, but because his eyes are so big, we gotta reduce that. So we're not in proportion really. So it's like 3/4 of his eye will fit in between, right? So like not a whole eye. So it'll start like about here, okay? So if you tried to fit an eye across here, it would go too far. So it's about 3/4 or 2/3 of his eye will fit in there. So like maybe from the tear duct to like the end of his iris, this far will fit in between his two eyes, and that's where the next eye will start. So that's roughly the proportion for this character. And then we bring this over the top like that, and then we will again hook it down, and it'll go around the bottom again. And now we got to thicken up the top eyelid and a little bit of the back. A little bit of this section here. Like so. And then again, big iris coming down here. Like so, and pupil Just color it in black. Like so. So, eyebrows, right. So, eyebrows are fairly thin, it looks like. So, we'll go just from here, curve it up, and then it kind of hooks down here, right? And then we got to add a space just that we can color in. So, we'll go just here. So like to add that sort of silver gray color for his eyebrows just there. And he's frowning quite heavily, so you got like a frown line just there. And then his eyelid line just here. And a little bit of the eyelid line maybe coming down here as well. We do pretty much the same thing on this side, right? So we go thin sort of eyebrow line up and down, and then we add a part that we can color in. Just bring it up that way, and then he's a frown here, and then his eyelid line there. Right, so his nose. So in Bleach we have these sorts of noses, right? We come down, in, and then we have a nostril, just like a dot of a nostril, just like there. Sometimes we have another line on the other side of the nose here, like it comes up this way, a little bit, like that. So then just below the nose, we have his mouth. So he's got his mouth kind of semi-open, right? So we're gonna go curve line across like that first. You can keep it like that. You can, if you want to make him look kind of grumpy, but the mouth is kind of open, right? So we go diagonal down here, and then we bring it back. Around there. Right, we just add sort of a bit of a shadow in the corners, just for like his teeth. So he always sort of looks not impressed. There might be a line just for his top lip or something here. Right, so then his chin comes down and up. And then you can check proportion. So we're sort of in proportion this way. So eyes to nose is about the same as nose to chin, right? So top eyelid, like the middle of his eyeball, here to here is about the same as here to here. And then bottom of his nose to bottom lip, about the same as bottom lip to chin, right? So we're roughly in proportion vertically, just the eyes are bigger. Then you can do the jaw. Diagonal this way, goes up pretty high. It's about in line with his nose. Normally it's the mouth, but with in this one we're in line with the nose, right? You're just underneath the corners of his eye or his eyebrows, just about that area, and then you want to turn this corner and go up the side of his face, right? Stop at eye level because it goes underneath his hair, just there. Right, so speaking of hair, so we have starts of his hairline here, right? So we sort of spike it around, and it's going to come all the way around to a V in the middle, just up here, right? So you're about eyebrows to top of his hairline is about the same as eyebrows to nose. So like to the middle of his eyebrows, here to here, about the same as here to here, to the bottom of the nose. That's the top of his forehead, just so you don't make his forehead too big. And then we add spiking, general sort of spiking shapes, all the way around, zigzag line, like that. And a little bit on this side, but he's got a fringe on this side. So we have hair coming down here. So we'll add that now. So it comes up, down, and then another bit sort of sticks out here. So it goes like out this way. And then this is going to curve down by his eyebrow onto his face, just there. Just down below his eye. And then this will come back up to there. Then we have two more spikes. So we got like a small one here. Comes back up. And then a larger one. Goes down across his eye here. Back up. Of course, if you go over any of these lines, you can erase them or color over them. Curving back up, down into there. Another hairline in there. All right, so then we've got like some more sideburns on this side, so they cover his ear a little bit, so we can't really see his ear. So just some spikes here, like that. Something similar on this side. Like so, and then what we can see of his ear. So his ear like comes out this way. It goes up just around here, in under there somewhere. And you could add some bones and ligament lines, stuff inside there. And can we see some of his ear on this side? We should, so we'll add it. Just goes up underneath there. Can't see the rest. And then we have like some hair spikes here. So his hair then pretty much comes out from kind of behind his neck and then up and around. So we'll do some of his neck. So we'll just go neck, there, there. So he's quite young, so he's not like an overly muscly sort of character. But we'll add some neck muscle lines just there. And then the hair. So it'll start to come out from behind his neck here. And then we start to go up this way. Spiking up like so. So we have, so his hair kind of flows back this way. In this image I'm drawing from, it changes, but depending on, you know, what sort of scene it is. But this one's pretty standard, so I think it's standard for this character anyway. So some texture lines. Some more sort of hair spikes here. And then one here. There. One here. So we kind of have a part in his hair now. So a couple of small ones. This, and then a bigger one here. Bigger ones now spiking off this way. Bit of a small one there, and then larger ones coming off like so. So put in small one. I think this should have like a texture line that comes down and into there, and then some texture lines here too. And then another one coming down this way. And spiking out here, roughly similar to it doesn't have to be the exact same, so you know, you can sort of do it in your own sort of way, just trying to get them roughly same sort of shape or size. And then some behind his neck. Okay, so as I said, he's in his Bankai state, right? So he's got that dragon arm and it's outstretched in front of him. And then he's got these claws sort of coming around his shoulder, looks like. Right, so the question is, what do we do first? Okay, so I guess we have to actually start with the sword. So, let's see. No, okay, never mind. So, changed my mind. So next, just on this side of his body, right? So, we've got some claws, right? So like ice sort of claws, right? So angular sort of things like this. Coming in around, right? So one. Another one here. 3. This one comes up. This is going to roughly go like knuckles around the back of his head. So like that, right? And this can have like some angled lines and things on it. You know, because it is ice, but like just some sort of stuff following your shapes. Like that kind of thing. Right, so then he's got like his clothing sort of coming down inside this. So he's got a kimono and like a white jacket on. So like there. And it comes around from the back of his neck. So we've got like the white section here. Like so. And then this one goes back around to there. And then another one comes out down across here. And the black down to there. And the black down like so, and then doosh, to there. So then the rest of his sort of white shoulder here, and then we go down like so, line down there, and then his arm is out this side, off that way. Okay, so the other arm then is all these icicles and the sword. So we kind of have to do the sword first, it looks like, anyway. Right, so the sword comes out from here, from these 2 stars. So let's just do center line for the sword. So we'll just go poof, right? Center line for the sword, and then it goes diagonal this way and the outside edge, right? And it gets wider as you come down off the page. It comes to like this sharp spike, this hook on the top, because it's like sticking out towards the camera. So anything that sticks out towards the camera always gets shorter. It's called foreshortening. So right, so it's shorter but wider at the top. So it looks like a road sort of going back, right? And we're about level with just the top of his chest here. right? So we can see like his collarbones here. So like his chest area, that's where the sword is. And then we have a star shape that comes out around it. So we'll go up, around, up to here, around, down, around to there, around, in, around, down, in and back up. Right, and then this has all sort of details on the inside, right? So we follow this sort of line again. These sorts of spikes, and then you're tracing around your edge lines back into here. So another one there, and then I think it has like an edge line on this as well, so like another line going down here just to make it look a little bit 3D, I guess. Something here as well. And then we have another star in behind this star, but it's like twisted, so we can just see like the arms of the star sticking out here. So this is the hilt sort of his sword. Or just sort of where the sword handle starts. And then we do the same thing. So we got like edge lines. So like just these lines just that go along the edge sort of make it look like it's more of a three-dimensional shape. And then on the inside as well. We have these spikes. Like that. Right. Now, so loads of ice coming all around, right? So I'm talking like these sorts of ice shapes, right? So we've got like a couple of layers, right? So this is like the first layer. This one will go to there. Around. So you just keep sort of adding these around in a sort of radial sort of pattern, right? Just these spikes. Finish over here. There's like another one here. Something like another level or something, some bumps and ice and lines and stuff here. So we just add some sort of ridge lines and stuff now, just to make it look a bit more three-dimensional. like so, just coming down. Sort of angles every now and then, kind of like that. And there should be some lines coming down sort of off the bottom of my page here. So, and if you can fit more, you know, you can just go the whole way down. All right, so then there's another, seems like another layer coming around. So we'll go out here. Doesn't go the whole way. It's like another layer here. And then it kind of stops at his shoulder and then comes out again down here. So so I think a line there. Some more in here, going up towards his ear. It comes down like that. So again, angles, lots of this. And down here, we have some more that come out. Okay, so then he's got basically wings of ice, so like loads of ice around his body. And that kind of, not so much layers, but let's see. So what kind of, so let's go, so we'll go coming out this way. A lot of this is going to just go off my page because they're super big. So not much in the way of instruction now, but it's just you're doing these angle sort of lines that go this way at first, these spikes, and then we'll do them this way. So it's not, you know, it's not rocket science. You're just kind of just, and these sorts of shapes, and then like angle sort of lines inside them, you know, sort of texture, sort of like that. And we just keep sort of going. All the way around. And these lines coming out from behind his back. And the trick is sort of angles and, you know, change in direction, sort of a lot. Like so. That, and then we'll go around his head as well. So like there's some coming up. Like this way around his head. Like so. We'll bring it down here, up, off my page that way. Lots of angles and stuff on the ice. So this one goes up and then comes back in, say here, angle down, in, goes off my page, down to there. Lots of these sorts of angled ice lines. One here, up to there, and like so, and texture lines here, and I think another sort of layer of, is there another layer? No, there isn't actually. It's just like, it's all ice, just this way. So we're just adding these sort of angled ice lines now, as much as you can. Like so. And then that's all colored light blue and dark blue, different shades of blue. But that's basically it. That's how to draw Toshiro from Bleach. What's his last name again? Something. Hitsugaya. Toshiro Hitsugaya from Bleach. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.